we're going to be talking about dividing polynomials. So these are the steps that we're going to be following. First, we're going to split the polynomial into separate fractions by terms. And then we're going to divide each term. To review, when we are dividing like bases, we'll be simplifying coefficients and subtracting exponents. Let's do an example of just dividing monomials, one term by one term, just to refresh your memory. So we are going to simplify the coefficients. So 4 over 16. Just pretend that this is a fraction that you are going to simplify that's all alone. That would simplify to 1 over 4. Now we are going to subtract the exponents on the like bases. 8 minus 5 is 3, and we're going to put our answer in the bottom of the fraction because there are more x's on the bottom. So our answer is 1 over 4x to the third. So that's just a review of how to divide when you have only one term, when you're working with monomials. So let's go on to dividing a binomial, two terms, by a monomial, one term. So the first thing we're going to do is split the polynomial into separate fractions by terms. So this is our first term, and this is our second term. So we're just going to split it into two different fractions, both with a denominator of 2n. And now we're going to divide the fractions separately. So we simplify the coefficients. 8 over 2 simplifies to 4. Or we could say 4 over 1. Now we're going to subtract the exponents. 3 minus 1 is 2. Our answer stays in the top because we have more n's in the top. Now let's do our second term. Simplify the coefficient. 4 over 2 simplifies to 2 over 1. And we have the same number of n's in the top as in the bottom, so our n's will cancel out. Now let's just simplify our answer. Both terms are over 1. We know that dividing by 1 makes no difference to the fraction, so we can simplify our answer to 4n squared plus 2. Okay, let's go down to example 2. First step, split our binomial into two different fractions. So 4x to the fifth over negative x to the third, and I'll just call this negative 1x to the third, and x to the fourth over negative 1x to the third. Okay, now let's simplify. 4 divided by negative 1 is negative 4. Subtract the exponents. 5 minus 3 is 2. Answer stays on the top. Our first term is done. Let's go to our second term. So we have negative 1 divided by negative 1. Well, that equals positive 1. So I'm going to put a positive 1 right here. I'm going to subtract my exponents. 4 minus 3 is 1. So I get 1x to the first. Now I want to simplify my answer. Negative 4x squared. 1 times anything just equals that number. And x raised to the first power is just the same as x. So I can just write that second term as x. Okay, in example 3, I would like you to split this into 3 different fractions on your own. We have a trinomial with 1, 2, 3 terms separated by minus signs. Go ahead and split that into 3 fractions on your own, and then play the video again to check your work. So your 3 fractions should look like this. 3x. Oh, I'm just realizing that my exponents did not come out as exponents on this. Sorry about that, guys. This looks really weird. These big numbers are exponents, if you haven't understood that already. Okay, so this is 3x to the 6th over x to the 3rd minus 5x to the 5th over x to the 3rd minus 5x to the 4th over x to the 3rd. Okay, so now I'm going to simplify each of my fractions. Notice that there is only a numerator but no denominator. So there's really nothing to simplify in any of those fractions. Nothing to simplify with the coefficients. So I'm just going to bring my 3 down. I'm going to subtract my exponents. 6 minus 3 is 3. I'm going to bring down my minus. Bring down the 5. Subtract the exponents. 5 minus 3 is 2, so our answer is x to the 2nd. Bring down the minus, bring down the 5. 4 minus 3 is 1. And now we know that 5x to the 1st is just the same as 5x. And here is our simplified answer. All right, in example 4, we'll work together to separate the trinomial into 3 fractions, and then I will have you guys divide each of the fractions. Okay, so we'll have 25x to the 5th over negative 5x squared minus 10x to the 4th over negative 5x squared plus 25x to the 3rd over 5x squared. So remember, in each step you should be simplifying coefficients and then subtracting exponents. Be careful of the positives and negatives. Pause the video, find your answer, and then play to check. Okay, so 25 divided by negative 5 is going to simplify to negative 5 over 1. Subtract the exponents. 5 minus 2 is 3. Our answer goes on the top. Okay, next step. Let's first look at signs. We have a negative divided by a negative, so we know our answer is going to be positive. 10 over 5 simplifies to 2 over 1. Subtract the exponents. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, in our third term, we have a positive divided by a positive. Our answer is still going to be positive. 25 over 5 simplifies to 5 over 1. Subtract the exponents. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now let's simplify our answer. Every single one of our fractions is over 1. So dividing by 1 will not make a difference to any of those terms. So negative 5x to the 3rd plus 2x squared plus 5x. That's all for now. See you tomorrow.